Hello everybody! It's time for another figure review. This time we'll be looking at the Playout Sky Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain D-Dog. Now, gonna let you have a look at the box while I go over something that's on my mind. I'm really curious about this one because for two reasons. First of all, I did not have any luck with the Playout Sky figures lately. I have not been a fan of Snake and Quiet. If you've seen the reviews, you clearly saw me getting a little bit pissed off and being pretty unhappy about it. So this one, is this the one that can redeem Square Enix and Playout Sky? I mean, again, first part, I don't know how to feel about this one. I'm very, very curious and kind of excited, but not too excited because I don't want to be mad at the end again. Secondly, this is a dog. This is a figure of a dog. This is something completely different. So, yeah, I mean, enough about the intro, enough about the box. Let's get into it, guys. So, we got this guy out of the box, the Diamond Dog, or D-Dog. And as usual, let's have a look at the fine detail going on here. Which, I gotta say, looks pretty nice overall. The mold and the coloring, I can tell you I'm happy with that one already. Except for, oh, here we go. Look at his eyes. He's like, kinda like, I don't know. It looks weird to me. He doesn't look very straight. Seems to have a little bit of a problem there. Let me have a look at the mouth. Teeth look good. Nicely painted. No problems there. And again, the fur is nicely textured. And looks good. I don't know if the ears are supposed to be that bright. But I mean, alright, I'm okay with it. It looks good overall. Looks like a dog. Looks like a fucking dog. In some sort of sneaking suit. Dog in a sneaking suit. I mean, yeah. The overall look, I'm a fan of it. Paint and detail looks good. I have some little detail in the, what do you call that? Kind of like a belt. A belt for a dog or corset. But yeah, overall look at this guy. Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. He has like tiny shoes. It's very cool. It is very cool. And there's like copyright stuff on there. Don't really care about that one. But yeah, the shins. Look at that. There's a lot of stuff going on in this guy, and it's well executed. I gotta say. I like that much. Let me have a look at the overall size now. 17 centimeters from his nose to the end of his tail. I mean, to the end of his body. With his tail, that goes in at about, let me see that, about 6 centimeters. Yeah, so that would be 23. So that's 6.8 inches from the top of his nose to here, and a little over 9 inches total if you take the whole thing, plus tail. So we already looked at the paint and detail. I mean, overall likeness, it's a dog. I still have not played the Phantom Pain. I still haven't gotten around it, which kind of pisses me off, but I mean, I looked at some pictures and it certainly looks like D-Dog. I don't know if there's even different dogs maybe in the game. No, I don't think so. I think there's only one. But from what I've seen, this looks accurate. This looks like a dog in a sneaking suit. Again, it's quite the unique feature. I think you've seen everything. So let me move on to the articulation, because this is special. This is special. Let's start over here. Let's start with the ears, actually. The ears are done well, although there you go. That was not, I actually did not, yeah, I actually did not plan on that, but, bam, there go the ears off already. They're pegging kind of weird, but, yeah, they're on big old ball joints, which you can clearly see, and that's a problem. I think they should have done something smaller, something more low-key, because you can't see them when they're just straight. Once you try to move them around, it's just like it's there, and it doesn't really look good. They stand kind of far out from the head. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave them like that. So that's no bueno. And the jaw, yeah. So when I took him out of the package, the mouth was shut. All right, and I fiddled around on it. I even had to pull a little bit to get it open. No problem there. Problem though, can't get it closed anymore. It doesn't want to close anymore. And overall motion is decent. I mean, it could go maybe a little bit further. I mean, I'm pulling back, and as soon as I let go, it goes up again. They have a very weird design choice there. It's actually on a ball joint that you can rotate around. Why would you want to do that? I don't know. Just make it a hinge. That would probably work better. They made the inside of the mouth pretty detailed, I would say. But because of that, it kind of comes with the cost of not being able to close it properly and not being able to open it more than this. Which I guess with opening I'm alright, but why can I not shut it? No. So yeah, and the ball joint is pointless. Why would you want to do that unless you're some fucking sicko that let me not get into that. Alright, head. Movable at 3 points. Upper part goes around very good actually. Get some good motion out of that. I think it would go, yeah, it goes around. I don't want to break it again like I did with Snake, but you can try that out, but you can see it goes fairly well. Goes up, yeah, up and down just a little bit. Nothing too fancy there, unfortunately. And then the middle part, again, is basically just for rotating. Goes down, goes up. I mean, between these two parts, you already have a lot to play around with, so I'm okay with that. And finally, this part, the last part here, only goes up and down. There's no moving around that one. That's just like on a. You can't really see it because the entire area here is covered, but it's like I guess like a hinge. It just goes up and down. So there you go. But overall motion you get out of the head is alright. I think the 3 parts here are nicely done, and there are no big gaps. While there's one, but it's fairly well hidden, well done. No matter what direction you put it in, it looks natural. That's what I'm trying to say. Except for maybe the differences in color, but you know, there's some things that are not gonna line up. So I'm okay with that. Next part, I guess the front paws, the front arms, legs, whatever. Yeah, so we have this thing, which I'm trying if I can get it all around, but it's getting blocked obviously by the plastic here, which is not soft plastic. For all the time Playout Sky has used soft fucking plastic in the torso, this one isn't. Great. Could have really benefited from it, and overall this part is I guess it's okay, honestly. I guess it's okay, although there's like gaps over here, and it's not great, but it's not really terrible either. I don't know, when it comes to gaps, they are much worse with the other ones, but yeah. There's like a big old ball in there. I mean, it moves back and forth, and you can rotate it around, and that's pretty much it. It gets good motion, but it's again mostly hindered by the sculpt, and that's really it. Then we have a ball joint over here, ratcheted, goes up and down, does good stability because it's ratchet. I like that. It sounds kind of shit though. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, do you hear that? That's not a good. It's not a good sign. Rotates around. Again, no, it goes around all the way. You just have to force it a bit. Again, this plastic is actually softer, so you can get this out of the way. But yeah, I don't like the noise it makes. Other than that, good motion. And then we have yet another ball joint in here. Same thing. Rotates around, goes up and down. And I mean, yeah, as far as leg motion goes, there's really not much to complain. Except for this ball kind of sticks out a bit, but I don't know. You know, it's one of these things. Is it like, well, I should be happy it's there, giving me all the motion, or they should have not done that and have a more clean sculpt here? It really depends on how you want to look at it. I always say, do you want to sacrifice mobility for a better sculpt, or do you want a better sculpt and say, fuck mobility? That's up to you. I'm not going to be the judge of that. Yeah, mobility in the legs is good, and the feet have like an old school, just like this thing. I don't even know what you call that. It's nothing fancy. There's nothing else. There's no rocker or anything, which I'm okay with because you can play around so much with these 3 points of articulation. So it's like, you know, there are options to swivel this, to rotate this around or this around and whatnot. So there you go. The other articulation in the chest here is this part. It's like over here, which again is hidden nicely by his belt. And see, I don't know if this down there is supposed to be battle damage or if it's just bad painting. Also, shout outs to the line over here. That's not pretty, but back to the figure. Now, again, this is hard plastic. This, of all the pieces, is soft plastic. Why? Why? I'm just asking why. It's not a huge deal, but it's pointless. It's absolutely pointless. I mean, here it would have benefited, I guess, a little bit. Not too, you know, not too important. But, yeah, I don't see why this is soft plastic. It's just, again, ugly, and it gets out of place, and it kind of gets annoying. And, yeah, look at this. Doesn't this look beautiful? Doesn't this look beautiful? Gaps. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gaps. There's like, yeah. If you make it soft plastic, why not make this bigger? Why not make this wider or have something overlap here? Well, for all it is worth, here's the articulation. Look at it, it's right there. I mean, okay. To be fair, you're not really gonna see this part if you're gonna pose him. You know, he's either gonna stand like this, or you're not. Well, I mean, if you want to pose him like this, that's up to you. But it's not really like, hi, yeah, great pose, woo. All right, but anyway, I mean, yeah. Let me take that out of the way since that just falls off. Yeah. Articulation wise, it's the same thing as previously. Just like, well, it's actually better going outside, going around the outside. But yeah, it's ratcheted. It's pretty tough, and I like that for stability. So it goes out like that, not all the way, but good enough, I would say. Well, almost. So cool that goes together nicely. You're supposed to be able to put him in a sitting pose. I'm gonna actually attempt that after that. And for the rest, it's the same 3 points of articulation. This one's also ratcheted. Rotates around. Blah, blah, blah. All you want, all you need. All you need is D-Dock. Da 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 da. All you need is D-Dock. Alright. So this one actually doesn't rotate around, so it's actually not the same thing as in the front. This just goes up and down, but all the way up and as far down as this part lets it go. And same for the feet though. Always no ankle rock or nothing, just an old school, very basic hinge, I think you call that. Don't quote me on it though. And then you have the tail, which again is on a ball joint. Lots of ball joints, but ball joints are okay. It's like the ball joint with the hinge in here. So that goes up, down. and around. Alright, so this is the best I could do in a short time. I'm actually impressed, seriously. Well, I didn't do a great job here, but you can see there's plenty of room, and I just pushed and it went farther than I expected, I gotta say. This one doesn't really cooperate so far, but this is one of those things. I'm kind of scared to break it now on camera, but for example, this part, that's why it makes so much noise. I had problems straightening it out, but I gave it a little push and it got fairly straight. It went a little bit further than I actually expected. So, I mean, articulation-wise, I can't really complain. There's nothing bad about this, except for the weird-ass ball joint in the jaw. But other than that, I mean, this does a very good job articulating. Let's move on to the accessories. First of all, he comes with 3 total hats. I mean, the one you've already seen. And then there's the one with the eye patch and the tongue hanging out. And some battle damage on his nose. Overall looks good. There you can see the ball in there, which again does not make any sense. Opens wide and doesn't really close again, but he has his tongue sticking out, so I guess that's on purpose. I'm okay with that. Next up we have the one with the mask. Has his mouth shaped like this because he can actually hold something in there. There's a ball. I mean, there's a hole. Never mind, not a ball. Which, let me actually try it out. You can either put this one in, which I guess is a taser. Kind of like a taser, like a baton taser, a bat taser. Overall, very plain looking, but I guess it's supposed to be all greenish. It's like an army tool or whatever, I think it looks boring, but maybe it's supposed to look like that. So I'm not gonna rag about that for lack of knowledge, but yeah, I can put that in there. Fits in nicely, and he holds it very nicely. So that's a cool feature. Oh man, let's also look at the knife, if that one fits in. Because you get a knife. Again, very plain, dark, and green kind of knife. But nicely painted though, with little screws in there. Screws in there? Screws in there? What is this? That's not English. And oh, pops in very nicely. Yeah. So, 10 out of 10 on that one, actually holding his weapons. I know that has also been a problem. So, other than that, you can get a little holster, actually. You can put this one in the holster, and you get a holster for the knife. Is that the right way? No, that is the right way. Got a holster for the knife, which you can put on the dog on the side here. Let me see if it fits. Yeah, very tightly actually. It goes in, but it's already. I'm gonna have trouble pushing in when I have the light and the camera in front of me. So I don't want to push anything off, but it works. I've already tried this one out. Already had this one on, but I'm gonna prove it to you once more. There you go. So that's a cool little feature to hold his weapons. And yeah, that's it. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, D-Dog by Playout Sky. What do I think about this guy? It's definitely unique. It's something else, and I like it, honestly. Except for this part, that's really the only thing that's kind of bothering me. But other than that, the articulation is good. It's actually really good. Execution is good. There's nothing really to complain about. Although the color is kind of... There are some little spots here and there, and I've seen some... I think he's actually lost some paint with all the rotating around, so maybe there's a little bit of paint loss going on in these spots, in these areas, so be aware of that. But other than that, I think this figure is cool. It's unique, it's good looking, and the articulation does a very good job. So if you do care about D-Dog, and if you do care about something unique, something different on your shelf, then go and get him. I think he's worth it. I like it again, but I like animals, so it's up to you. But I mean, overall, from what you're getting, it's very nicely done. And there goes his jaw. Oh my god, no! All right, guys, that's gonna wrap things up. If you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like. Maybe check out my channel. I have more reviews of Play Out Sky, Figma, SH Figures, and a whole bunch of mostly Japanese figures though. And I also have random gameplay stuff coming to the channel in regular intervals, so if you're into figures, if you're into gaming, if you're into fun stuff, then go check it out and maybe subscribe. That's gonna be all from me for now, but I will be back. Until next time, goodbye.